What is up, guys? Welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to be telling you about our birth experience. We didn't record much, mostly because we weren't allowed to record in the OR because I had a C-section, and it was just kind of crazy after the babies were born. We recorded a little bit before. I'll insert that right here. We're having babies.
It's time.
I'll prep for surgery. Can't wait to meet you boys. I'm pretty drugged up right now, so.
Yeah, she was having contractions every minute, 2 minutes for the last 3 hours, so they doped her up and then giving birth.
Yeah, I was scared, but so very excited. We can't record in the OR, but we can take pictures and then
I'm gonna try.
We'll record after. Okay. However, things kind of turned around pretty quickly. So I was actually not having any contractions at all, like nothing that I was feeling, I guess. And then all of a sudden I started having contractions about 5 minutes apart, just kind of out of nowhere. I wasn't sure if they were actually labor contractions, so I was still kind of waiting and feeling them out. But then we ended up going to the hospital. By the time we got there, my contractions were, it was like what, 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes apart. They were starting to get a little more intense. All of my contractions were in my back. I had really bad back labor. And then, what's the word? I think it was probably like an hour in, right?
That's the word you were looking for, is an hour?
I forgot what I was going to say, but I was going to say something else. It was like an hour in though, right? That I started getting them like every minute and a half.
Yeah, about an hour.
So, and then I was there with contractions for about 3 hours without any pain meds. So that was, I guess, shitty. We're going to use that word today. That was shitty. And then it was pretty quick that they took us back for the C-section, and that's when things got kind of crazy. So they prepped me and did all of my stuff. For me, I did not think the spinal or epidural was bad at all. Like, I barely felt anything, probably just because my contractions were so intense that pain outweighed the pain of my epidural. I'm sure if I just went in for my scheduled and wasn't having contractions, it probably would have been worse. So then I felt them, like, I didn't feel any pain, but I felt like the pressure of them cutting and stuff, and they still didn't have Matt back there. So I started asking for him and asking for him, asking for him. They finally was like, well, someone go get the dad, and they went out and got him. And then I'll let you kind of tell your side of the story. Other than that, for my C-section, I just kind of felt like tugging and pulling and this and that, and I guess he could kind of experience a little bit more because I was a bit drugged up and out of it. But so how did you feel when they brought you in there?
Bring me back, and there's like 15 people all in scrubs in there, and I'm wearing what they call it, the bunny suit.
Yeah, something like that.
I look like a freaking paint man. And all these doctors are around and everything, and I go in and they're like, all right, sit by mom's head. So I sit down, and I mean, not even 30 seconds later, I hear, a baby start crying.
Yeah.
So they pull Easton out, and he was, like a light shade of blue, that ugly color babies are. And he starts crying right away. They cut the cord and pulled him straight away, held him up and showed him to us. And then
he was cute too, like straight out the belly.
Cute-ish, cute-ish.
Compared to his brother.
Oh, spoiler alert.
Sorry, go ahead.
So, Hai McGee over here falls in love with her anesthesiologist.
He had my drugs.
Anytime
he was my best friend.
He'd walk by or start looking, is that doctor? She'd get all in love. And
he thought I was in love with him, but I felt so secure knowing where he was at all times, because actually before you were back there, I was not really felt pain, but like I felt like stinging when they cut my incision and stuff. That's how I knew when they were cutting. And I asked him, and he was just like, oh, you can feel that? And I was like, yeah, I can feel it. So he gave me more, and then I wasn't feeling anything but like the tugging and pulling. So like having him nearby gave me so much like security of like when, I don't know, I was nervous, I was scared.
She's addicted to drugs.
No, I'm not a druggie. But
so she keeps asking for him, whatever. I got over that part. Well, they start trying to get Emmett out, and I look up, and I kid you not, he looked like a little bullet popped up, because all they could see was the clamps holding her stomach back, and then I just see him pop out, but he was not crying. And so Emmett came out 2 minutes after Easton, and he was not breathing when he came out. And I didn't think anything of the whole not crying thing until, they cut his umbilical cord, and then they tried to, almost hide him from us. They tucked him in, and then like 4 doctors or 4 nurses, whatever, grabbed him, and they went to the other place, the other little station to work on him. And then I could hear him over there talking. I'm trying to comfort her because she was asking why she couldn't hear him crying. And I'm trying to tell her, everything's fine, he's fine. And I'm trying not to cry because at this point, they walked off with Emmett. And then I hear to my left, I hear him say, okay, 30 seconds, no air. And they were talking about Easton. Easton stopped breathing as well. And I heard him get up to 1 minute and 15 seconds on Emmett. And I don't know how far they got with Easton. But I got a picture. I can show you Emmett when he came out.
God.
I love him to death, but he was
so
ugly son bitch.
We won't put it in this one because we're gonna do another video like introducing you guys to the boys, but we'll add that in as like a funny clip, like comparing the two. Yeah, I want to do that video. I think it'll be cute to like show them, and so I'm excited.
If you're waiting to see the boys, click away because you're not gonna see them this time.
Yeah, this is more just our experience, but.
So they say they finally got them both breathing, and they were trying to put Kayla back together like Humpty Dumpty now, and I heard both the boys, I'll say stable. They got them both stable where they were breathing with the air machines, and didn't even give me the choice. They just said, "Hey, Dad, you're coming to the NICU," and grabbed me. So I kissed Kayla bye and walked out before they even started sewing her up. So I don't know about all that. But we get up to the NICU. Each baby has a team of 3 that's working on them, moving them around and everything. And they didn't have beds available right next to each other because they had 2 sets of twins come in, I guess I'll say right before the boys did. So Emmett is out in the middle of the floor and Easton's in a side room, and I'm trying to go back and forth to figure out what's going on. I've been up for 24 hours, wasn't expecting to have kids today, so I was all tired and scared shitless because they just said neither one of the boys are breathing, and they looked tiny, and Emmett was disgusting looking. If you watch this, buddy, Daddy loves you.
Yeah, you're cute now.
And they were, I was all over the place. I didn't know what to think. I was, thinking the worst of everything. What if one of them doesn't make it? What if this happens? What if that happens? And I guess I'd been up there for about 45 minutes. And then the thought dawned on me. I was like, oh my God, what about Kayla? Because I hadn't even thought about her. And I felt terrible.
What the heck?
And like 2 minutes after I thought about that, I didn't know if I was allowed to have my phone out in the NICU because I'm all scrubbed up and all this stuff, hairnet and all dramatic. And then she had actually called me to FaceTime me to see the boys. And so I, answered it, told her everything's all right, they're fine, they got them breathing. And I don't remember the nurse's name. She was super sweet, and she was like I guess she could see it on my face that I was just a mess. And she stopped. She's like, "All right, Dad, is everything all right? How's it going?" And just walked me through step by step because all the nurses are saying, "Oh, well, we're gonna amp him with 6 cc's of melatonin and do this and that." I'm like, I don't fucking know what any of that means. And I was just shaking my head. But then she came over. She was like, "All right, Dad. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna give him this tube, and it's gonna make his energy levels go here. This is gonna help him breathe. And she really spelled it out and kind of held my hand through the process and made me feel a lot better about it. And then once nurses kind of stepped away from them, I got at least a little peace of mind that they were all right. I went down and grabbed Kayla, or I saw Kayla, I guess I should say. My mom was in there talking with her, and then she was in a little recovery room for about an hour. Yeah. And that's where I took a 15-minute power nap on my lap.
Yeah, he did. He I'm not even exaggerating. I look over and he's like this.
Yeah, I was exhausted. My adrenaline dumped, and then so we got into the room, and my world was spinning. I got my 15-minute power nap. I mean, for those of you in the military that know, you can sleep and then you're good to go for 2 days.
Yeah.
So I was wired again, and we have doctors, nurses, everybody coming in and out for the first couple hours. Didn't really know what to think. Nobody's saying yes, your babies are all right, or no, this is what's wrong. Everybody's just like, okay, well, this is what we're gonna do. This is where we're gonna go. All this fun stuff. And then right as we lay down, I'm talking, just turned the TV off, just laid down. I finally shut my eyes. My aunt texted me. It was my cousin's birthday as well. And I told her, let me know when he wakes up, because I was going to call him, tell him we got him the best birthday gift. All right, as I shut my eyes, she texts me, hey, he's waking up. Hey, give him a call. You can call him now. So I somehow muster it up and call him, and I felt so bad because my conversation was so half-assed. It was, you know, hey, happy birthday. I got you a present. It's my kid's. And then he just woke up, and he's not a morning person either, so our conversation was super short. Sorry, I ranted.
That's good. But I would honestly say the nurses made such a different experience for me. Like,
those nurses were,
like,
I mean,
God
we
bless
had
them.
maybe
Like, seriously.
Maybe one, I wouldn't even say the word bad nurse. She was just one, you know, everybody has bad days. I think she just had us having a bad day. But every single nurse there, every doctor, every single
It made the experience
NICU
so
nurse,
different.
they were super helpful, super nice. You know, if there, you know, there was no such thing as a dumb question, or we never got annoying, because we, you know, she was breastfeeding up in the NICU every 2.5 to 3 hours.
It was hard.
And so by the time we got up there, Fettelman came back down. It had been 2 hours, so she'd have to go back up in 30 minutes. But, you know, we would ask him, can we do this? Can we stay here? Can we go there? Can we do this with the boys? And, I mean, there was never once like a sigh of annoyance or anything. And I know if it were me, I would have been annoyed. And they were just super patient, super awesome, so.
They made the experience just totally different. Like, from the start, even, like, the nurse that we had through labor and delivery, like,
Oh, yeah.
she was amazing. She even came and visited us, like, you know, throughout the nights, like, the next couple days that she was on shift and stuff. Like, they're amazing. And I feel like we're super blessed that having babies at 35 weeks and 6 days, they were only in the NICU for 5 days. Like, we were really lucky. And they were really good sizes. Like, I don't know, I feel like we got really blessed by everything. But it was scary. There was nothing about it that wasn't scary. Like, having your babies hooked up to a bunch of wires and not knowing what's really going on, and having to leave them and only go down to feed them and all this stuff is just.
Had to go up to feed them.
He always does that.
Well, we were on the second floor.
Who cares
It was
where
on
the
the
rooms
floor.
are?
It drove me crazy. She would say, I gotta go down to feed
Yeah.
the boys. No, you're not going down, you're going up.
It's the same thing. Who cares?
Well, it only gets
Tomato,
better.
tomato.
So we finally get the boys all ready to go. They're all healthy.
Yeah.
We get to come home. We come home trying to get settled in, and then Kayla goes to take a shower.
Oh.
Well, she went pee and she flushes the toilet, and I guess I didn't see it, so I don't know. The water level looked all weird. So she goes to take a shower, and let me actually ask this question. Did you see the water stacking up while you were in the shower and just said screw it?
Yes, that shower was the best thing that's ever happened to me.
So the water's not going down the drain, and she just says, hey, screw it, I'm going to continue my shower. She comes out and she says there's water everywhere. So I go in, I look, the toilet lid's up, the bowl is full, and it's like pea water, it's not clear white water. So there's pea water in there. There's about 1.5 inches of water in the shower, and then like a 1/4 inch of water on the floor.
This happened.
And I didn't know what the hell to think. You know, this is the night we come home from the hospital. The boys are finally chilling out, so I go and I try it. I like thought about plunging the toilet, but I don't want to mess it up. And I saw so the water was draining in the shower, but it wasn't draining fast. So I was like, all right, maybe there's a blockage or something. So I flushed the toilet. The water goes down in the toilet, and then just all comes up out of the shower. So it's like 11 at night. We text the landlord, let them know. They're like, yeah, we're going to send somebody right out. And then like 30 minutes later, she says, okay, somebody's going to come out first thing in the morning. So I just said, screw it, threw towels down, chalked it up to an L, and we went to sleep. Wake up the next morning, and all the water's gone. So I was like, okay, cool, it was just a blocked pipe, whatever, it's fine. And then...
It's not fine.
Not fine now. Come to find out, we have a sewage pipe busted in the front yard.
Yeah.
So that's what's going on with that.
And all of our TMO stuff got here.
So then 2 days after that, we got our consolidated apartments storage from the military sent to the house.
Yeah.
So we have 2 households worth of stuff in a 2-bedroom condo.
Yeah.
As you can see,
we haven't gone through
it all yet because we've been doing it. We had the boys' pediatric appointment today, and the bathroom, and then our AC's busted.
It's been a mess.
It's been a whole exciting adventure.
So that's why we haven't uploaded. We didn't forget about you. It's just been so crazy. She forgot.
I've reminded her 16 times.
I know, but there's just so much to do. And then, like, when we do get, like, a little bit of a breather, like, I'm passing out. Like,
she snores very loud.
I do snore still. So that didn't go away now that I'm not pregnant. But, yeah. It's just been nuts. Like, we needed just to take that extra couple of days for ourselves and get our lives together, and it's still not together, but it's together enough that we have time to sit down and record a video. So
yeah, it's 1 a.m.
Yeah, but we're out here doing it for you guys. So, but yeah, that's pretty much our birth story. We're gonna upload a video of the boys so you guys can meet them, and then I'll probably talk more about like my after surgery experience, like how I've been feeling after a C-section. So that's what you guys have to look forward to. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe and like button so you don't miss these videos. There's no more updates, but yeah.
Now you can watch the boys grow with us.
Yeah, it'll be super fun. But thank you guys again for watching. We love you so much.